beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be teaching you what you should know as a young girl first before having sex. I know you want to get to the peak of your career. I know you want to actualize your dream, have your PhD, have your master's, have your bachelor in degrees in whichever course you want. I know you want to make mama and papa proud. I know you want to make your parents proud, make your family members proud. I know, and that is why I am bringing this important topic to you. What you should know as a young girl before having sex. Now, guys, I honestly think I'm in one of the best position to advise you. The reason is religious wise, back then in the university, I was one time the vice president of one of the largest campus fellowship. I have been with young people, young girls. I have seen it all in a large extent. Now, profession wise, I'm a registered nurse. I have practiced in Nigeria before relocating to the United Kingdom as also a registered nurse, so I'm still practicing here. So career-wise, like I've seen a whole lot. So that is why I feel I should be one of the best people to give you this advice, what you should know as a young girl before having sex. So without wasting time, if you are seeing my face for the very first time, just for you to know my name is Violet Okolocha. Without wasting time, let us dive directly into the topic for today.
Ryan Little.
Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, sit down and let us explain what you should know as a young girl before having sex. I am going to be presenting two clients to you. The first client is a young girl of 21 years old who happens to be studying law in one of the prestigious university. She met with a young man like herself, a young guy like I said, cute. And the guy said to her, "You are the only sugar in my coffee. You are the most beautiful girl I have seen in my whole world. Oh my God, you must be an angel." So she was amazed. She was mesmerized. She was flabbergasted. And they joined in this relationship. And one thing led into another, and they had sex. This young, beautiful girl got pregnant. And when she got pregnant, because the boy has told her, the young guy has told her, "She's so beautiful, how I love you, how I'm going to take care of you." And she said to him, "I am pregnant." And the young guy detested her. Yes. He said to her, "Are you a baby? How dare you get pregnant? This is just for pleasure." And what did she do? She didn't find the love she found in the guy initially. She wept. And what happened? She told her friends about it. Now, the best people to tell when you have a problem should be medical professionals and possibly your parents, because they will be the ones to offer the best advice to you. She told her friends, they took her to the pharmacy, bought some drugs. It didn't work. They made some concoctions and she took. And she felt everything about that pregnancy had gone. She went to see mama and papa after some weeks, and then after some week of 3 to 5 days, according to her, or 2 to 5 days, or 1 week, and she went to see mama and papa. And this time she bled unusual. There was too much bleeding. It wasn't something she could hide anymore. On one of the occasions, she collapsed, and mom and dad took her to the hospital. And then they discovered that what happened to her was incomplete product of conceptions. They were retained product of conceptions, which was triggering, or which was making her to bleed. It was the one triggering the bleeding. And then the doctors have to complete the evacuation process, which she has started, meaning they had to expel the remaining part of the fetus from her. And then they did. She got herself back, and we got talking. And she was so disappointed because mom and dad knew about it at the end. She couldn't hide her shame from mom and dad. She felt she had disappointed mom and dad. She was so much in pains. And she said to me, "Nurse Violet, till I die, I will never kiss a man. I will never come close to a man. I have been cheated." Client A. Client B. Another beautiful young girl. This time, she just finished her secondary school. And she was always going at the back of the house and would be telling, "Hello, hello, hi." Oh, she tells her friends, "He loves me. He really does love me." And anybody who wants to sleep with you, who wants to destroy you, who wants to divulge you, nobody ever comes and tell you, "I'm coming to destroy your life." No. They always sweet talk you. They always make you feel like you are the only honey and the only sugar in their teeth, which in real essence, in a large extent, is not true. And then she got doing it. And mind you, this girl came from a very strict home. I believe mothers, fathers, parents will learn from the story. She came from a very strict home where the father takes no shits. And so she was doing it for a while, doing and doing and doing. And they started having sex. And finally, she got pregnant. So when she got pregnant, she was so scared to tell daddy. Mommy is another giant. Ha! She was scared of mommy. She was scared of daddy. And what did she do? She went to her friends and told them the situations. They prepared concoctions for her. Most times, these concoctions are not prepared in healthy way. So at the end of the day, you start having infections from it. They prepared concoctions for her. She drank concoctions. She started bleeding, bleeding and bleeding. At the end of the day, they were able to remedy the bleeding. After the bleeding, she started having severe infections. Mind you, mom and daddy still did not know. So when the infections were going on too much, it's not something she could hide anymore. It became obvious. She was getting so pain. Mom and daddy had to step in, took her to the hospital, and they saw she was having infection. And if you abort a baby newly, if you go to the hospital, they do a check, they will know. And a lot of investigation was done. Mom and daddy got to know she could not be bold. She shook her face in shame, and how parents do that. That mom were so angry, they were angry, this and this. You have to show us that person, and they were not happy with her. And daddy said, "You're no longer able to live in this house. I was feeding you. You were busy doing something else. You're going to the village. You're going to this." And they weren't happy with the situation. And at the end of the day, this young lady, in the midst of all that, lost her life. And bless her memory, she lost her life to this. And of course, the boy was not left hurt. The father arrested the boy. They gave him a lot of beatings of his life. I'm not sure if we ever forget that. And client B lost her life. Now, what you should know as a young girl before having sex. Am I ready for the after effect of the sex? The after effect of the sex is pregnancy. Am I ready for pregnancy? Number one. Will I be bold enough to tell my mom and dad, whom is training me for school, paying my school fees, that I am pregnant? Number two. In all these two stories I have told you, the guys who were professing love to them ran away. Number three. Am I ready to face the risks associated with pregnancy? Not all pregnancy end in spontaneous vaginal delivery. Some also end in cesarean section. Am I ready to face the complication? Because most young girls who have vaginal delivery suffer from vesical vaginal fistula. Am I ready to face the complications? Ask yourself, the after effects of sex, who bears the consequences the most? You, the young girl. You are the one who is going to go on a 9-month course without payment. Nobody pays you. As a young girl, when you're pregnant, nobody, all you get is insult, all you get is abuse from mom and dad because they are not happy with you. No mom and dad will be happy with you. So nobody pays you for that 9-month course. The only certificate you get from that 9-month course is the baby. The baby, ask yourself again, will I be able to feed and cater for the needs of my baby? Do you have something fetching resources for you? Because most times, because you're a young child, you don't even understand your right from your left. You're not working, you're not financially buoyant. Are you able to cater for the needs of that baby? Now, let's assume you have cesarean section because probably your pelvic may be too small, and there's what we call the passenger. The passenger is the baby, and the passenger is too small for the passage. And let's assume you go through cesarean section. What if you suffer from one of the complications, which is wound breakdown? Are you ready for this? So if you are not ready for all those things I have mentioned, the one and the first and the most important option of what you should know as a young girl before having sex is abstinence. Say abstinence. Abstinence. Abstain from it. Yes, abstain from it. Abstain from it. Abstinence is the best. But Nurse Violet, my hormones are playing a fast one on me, especially when I'm ovulating. I feel like doing it. Control your body. Keep your body on that check. Tell yourself at the end of the day, if I do this, it's going to affect me. Now, the young boy promising you heaven and earth, I love you, I do this, I did that. If he so much love you, why not come to see your mother and your father and tell them how much he feels for you? If he's not happy to see your parents and introduce his mom and dad to your parents, then he's not ready to take responsibility. So you shouldn't be sleeping with him in the first place. He's not ready to take responsibilities. So everything, you're the one going to suffer. Ask yourself, who drops out from school? You, the young girl. You're the one going to drop out of school. You are the one going to have only a certificate of a baby. You are the one who's going to breastfeed. You are the one who's going to have morning sickness. You are the one who's going to push. So you are at the receiving end as a young girl. So why should you? If you get pregnant when you are married, you get support from your husband. If you have morning sickness, it supports you, prepare the meals, do the rest of the things. But as a young girl, without anybody, nobody's marrying you, you're not yet married, and you get pregnant, you're in soup, hot soup. It's not going to be easy. So abstinence is the best. Abstain from every heart of sexual intercourse until you feel you are mentally ready, financially ready, emotionally ready, career ready. Number 2, I'm a Christian. I'm a very strong Christian, to be honest, but I have to tell you the way it is. So this is my advice for you, abstinence. Number 2, be not violent. What if you don't want to abstain? You are of a matured age, a bit, and you don't want to abstain. Number 2, avoid unprotected sex. As a young girl, you are in charge of your body. You are in charge of your body. Avoid unprotected sex. Don't be deceived. I want it skin to skin. I want it flesh to flesh. I want it body to body. Don't be deceived. Do not have unprotected sex. Why? If you have unprotected sex, outside pregnancy, you might have some sexually transmitted disease, which you will keep treating because most times they are not quick to treatments. You keep treating sexually transmitted disease, which can lead to primary infertility for you as a young girl. That aside, you might have HIV, or you might, when HIV has advanced, you might have AIDS when it has advanced. So you don't want to have unprotected sex. Yes, and most times, why did I say abstinence is the best? The guys will tell you, you're wearing a condom, I'm wearing a condom. You don't know what that guy is going through. When he has reached organism or when he's having sex with you, you don't know what is going on in his mind, what is going on in his brain, what is going on in the body. It might just end up releasing into you, or the condom might bust. And when it busts, my fellow young guests, it pours into you. And because it's pouring directly into you, sexually transmitted disease is inevitable. If he has an infection, you will have it. And remember, a man can carry an infection for a long time, it will not affect him. But because ladies, our urethras are very short, when you get an infection, it shows immediately. You start suffering from infection. HIV. a lot of sexually transmitted infection. So please, abstinence is the best, but do not have unprotected sex. Number 3, know your cycle. Check out my videos. I could keep the link in this channel. Know your cycle. You should know as a young girl when you are safe. It is only at your safe days you should be having sex. You should know as a young girl when you are ovulating, and when you are fertile, you should never have sex. So do not visit a guy when you know you are ovulating. But Nurse Violet, why do young girls get pregnant? You get pregnant because you are at the peak of fertility. That is why any sex at all, before you know it, you're pregnant. So you must know your cycle, know your safe days, know your fertile days, and know the days you are ovulating. It is very important for all young girls. If you have not seen my video on that, go and see my video. Because the 9-month course is not a joke. You are at the receiving end as a young girl. You are the one who is going to lose your career if care is not taken. If you don't have enough support, you lose your career. Yes, when I visited Nigeria the last time, I bought something from somebody, and the girl was so intelligent. Like, I bought something from her, and she calculated the change so quickly, and we got talking, and I said, "You're so beautiful and so intelligent. Whoa, what level are you in school?" Because looking at her age, she looked at me and said, "Ma, I no go school though. I didn't go to school anymore." You need to hear the tonation of her English. "Why didn't you go to school anymore? You're so beautiful." Now my baby from back. Now my baby auntie, I get belay for. Oh my God, bless her. Guys, young girls, abstinence is the key. Abstinence is the key. Abstain until you are career ready, financially ready, mentally ready, and emotionally ready. Now, do not visit any young guy alone. Do not be in a hiding place with a young guy, in a secret place with a young guy, because rape can occur. And when rape occurs, speak out. Speak out. If you happen to be raped, don't let anybody tell you, if you tell anybody, you will die. If this happens, you will die. No, you're not dying anytime soon. Speak out. Seek medical advice. If your parents are a very good type, speak to them, because you need to take emergency pills within 72 hours to avoid pregnancy from that rape. Speak out. Speak out, speak out, speak out. If you feel you are in danger, speak out and seek expert help. So guys, I hope I have been able to help you as a young girl learn 1 or 2 things. I will see you in another of my health educative videos. Until I see you again, abstinence is the best. All right guys, see you.